I think I'm just going to start recording this and see how it goes. I actually do not care anymore. About 2.5 years ago, I would say. I think it is 2.5 years ago now, which is nuts. I lost my best friend of almost 10 years. And we were like sisters. Like, we were literally like sisters, and we always said we would be soul sisters forever. And I went through a lot when I was younger. I didn't have it easy. I had a very privileged life, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm very lucky both my parents are still alive, they both love me. I had a very privileged life growing up, but I didn't have it easy. And so, thank you, Doc. When I moved schools, I lost all my friends from back home. As you do, you go into a new environment, you meet new people, and you're different. And I was different. I was from the countryside. My mom wasn't Irish, she was German Romanian. So I never felt like I fit in anywhere. My whole life, I just wanted to fit in. And I did everything the same as my friends. Like, in primary school and secondary school, we all wore Hollister hoodies. And I was like, if I'm just the best at what I do, or if I try my best, then things will be fine and I won't get bullied. People won't look at me weirdly anymore. So I spent my whole life trying to fulfill this idea of how I should be. And the only thing that actually made me feel free or good was basketball. It was the first sport where I actually just felt so free, and I loved it, and I worked really hard at it. I started when I was maybe like 10, 8, I don't know, in and around that age. My best friend from school told me I should go to basketball, and we were like two peas in a pod. So I went, and I actually remember at training, she would use training to bully me. Like, we would literally fight, and my coach would be like, okay, Bev, you go out this end, and she goes at this end. And so basketball was where I could actually let all of my frustration out in life, and it's like safe to do so. So I would be aggressive, I'd be so angry, but I killed it on the court. Like, I'd be top scorer, I became captain of my team. I'm literally sweating in the heat. It was a dream for me. But once I got really good, it didn't suit her, my best friend, anymore. She didn't want me to be better than her, she just wanted me to be there and be below her and for her to bully me. We had Irish team tryouts. She didn't make the cut, and I made the cut. And I'll never forget, I walked into the basketball court for training, which was like my second home. Everyone just turned to look at me, and I was like, what have I done? Like, have I done something? And it was simply because I surpassed the limitations she placed on me. I surpassed people's expectations. They always wanted to put me in a box. Anytime I stepped out of the box, I would get punished. Something would happen. I would get bullied, I would get abused, the list would go on, people would start rumours, they'd chat shit about me. So this was just before I moved schools. Lost my friendship group, and my best friend, she removed me from my friendship group chat. There's like 20 of us in it, and she started posting in it, oh, Bev is a bitch, all these things, okay? So I go to boarding school and I'm like, I just want to fit in. I resort to this baseline stupid shit of I just want to fit in. I just want to be accepted. I just want to be myself and be accepted. But unfortunately, when you're a teenage girl, that doesn't happen. Being yourself is weird. Being different is weird. Everyone's just trying to conform to this imaginary construct of how you're supposed to be in life. So when I made friends, I was like, the next friends I make, they're my ride or dies. They're going to be my friends for life. My granny has friends for over 70 years. I wanted that, my ride or dies, because I would ride or die for someone. So why don't people ride or die for me? And so I made friends with this girl. And at first, we weren't friends. We didn't get on, but we just bonded. We were going through similar things at the time. And we just made an agreement. Let's base our whole friendship off of being honest with each other and straight up and manifesting and wanting the best for each other and wanting the best for our future. And so we did some crazy things together. We manifested the most crazy things, like meeting famous people, going on trips, doing all these things. Anything we wanted to do, we put our mind to it, we did it, and we always said to each other, you can do it. And it was the best thing ever. We had the best few years until 2 years ago, I was getting out of a toxic, abusive relationship, and she also was going through her own stuff in her personal life. I ended up having a hot girl summer. I had the best summer of my life. I went traveling with my friend Suze. Oh, it was just amazing. Even though I came out of the most toxic, crazy thing, I was so grateful for my female friendships. But something changed in me after I got out of that relationship. I just said, never again. I'm never going to mold myself to fit anyone ever again. My phone stopped recording, so I'm hoping this will keep on going. I had to ask myself, am I genuinely identifying as myself, or am I identifying myself through my friendship groups, through relationships? And the way to do that is ask yourself, what do you like about yourself? Who are you? What do you stand for? What are your values? If you don't like parts about yourself, change them. Become who you like. Become who you want to be. And then ask yourself, do I like my friends? Do we have similar values? Do we respect each other? Are we there for each other? Those are the things that I needed to ask myself. And a lot of friends I had were not real friends. I was just with them because I was afraid to lose them. And I should have been afraid to lose myself, because that's what happened. So I've been doing this with social media. I fell into the trap with coaching, that people were telling me, you need to follow this strategy, you need this mentor, you need to do all these things. I don't want to do those things. I decided to live life on my terms for me. I'm not going to do those things. I just want to be myself. And I was so focused on getting the strategy right, of being respected in my career, that I lost part of myself in the process again. So here we are making the YouTube video. Maybe the internet will hold me accountable. We will see. I will keep you updated. But ask yourself those questions, and I promise you, once you start living life on your terms and you actually decide who you want to be and show up as that person, life gets better. Because you know what? You can't control what other people think, feel, say, or do, but at least you can say, I had integrity. I stood by what I stand for. And that is the most amazing part. So I hope you have an amazing day, and you go about your day and take my 2 cents of wisdom.